Welcome to Personal Finance Deep Dives, where we help you make your money work for you. Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. You're juggling a bunch of different debts. You've got the credit card bill here, a personal loan over there, maybe some medical bills, all with different due dates, different interest rates. It can feel like you're just buried, and getting ahead seems totally impossible. And right when you're feeling that way, you hear about debt consolidation. And it sounds, well, perfect, right? The idea is you roll all that messy debt into one brand new loan, so you only have one monthly payment to worry about. The promise is a fresh start, a clean slate, and maybe even a lower interest rate. But here's the thing. There's a ton of confusion out there and, frankly, some really dangerous misinformation. So in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We'll break down what consolidation really is, the absolute critical difference between a loan and something called a settlement, the real tools you can use, and the traps you have to watch out for. So let's start with that promise. What makes this idea of rolling everything into one so appealing to so many people? Well, you know what? For a lot of people, it actually works. The data's pretty clear. When it's done the right way, it brings some serious relief. A whopping 69% of people who consolidate their debt say their financial situation got better. They're less stressed out, and a lot of them are even able to start saving money again. That's a powerful thing. Okay, I need you to really listen up for this next part, because this is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole explainer. Getting this wrong can have absolutely devastating consequences for your finances. You have to understand that not all services that call themselves debt consolidation are the same thing. It's a tool versus a trap. On one side, you have a real consolidation loan. This is a legitimate financial tool. You get a new loan, and you use that money to pay off all your old debts right away. Simple. But on the other side, you have these so-called debt settlement programs, and these companies are not giving you a loan. They often tell you to stop paying your bills, which completely torches your credit score. Then they try to negotiate a lower payoff with your creditors, but there are absolutely no guarantees. Let me put it as bluntly as I possibly can. With a lot of these so-called debt relief companies, you didn't consolidate your debt. You just quit paying it. I mean, think about it. The whole point of consolidation is to bring things together. These settlement programs do the exact opposite. They blow everything up by sending your accounts straight into default. And that brings us to takeaway number one, and it is the most important one. A true consolidation loan pays off your debt. A settlement program puts your accounts into default. You have to know the difference. One is a financial strategy. The other is a massive gamble with your credit score. All right, so now that we've separated the legitimate tool from the dangerous trap, let's look at the actual real tools you can use to consolidate your debt. You've basically got three main options in your toolkit. First up is a personal loan. This is your workhorse for rolling different kinds of high-interest debt into one loan with one fixed payment. Super straightforward. Second, you've got a balance transfer credit card. This is perfect if your main problem is high-interest credit card debt. You move those balances over to a new card that has a 0% introductory rate. But you got to be careful, that 0% rate doesn't last forever, and when it's over, the new rate can be sky high. And third, for homeowners, there's a home equity loan or a HELOC. The interest rates can be really low, but the risk is huge. Your house is the collateral. If you miss payments, you could literally lose your home. And just look at the potential for savings here. It's massive. The average interest rate on a credit card is hanging out at over 20%. But with good credit, you could get a consolidation loan with a rate closer to 11%. That difference alone can save you thousands and thousands of dollars in interest payments. And that brings us right to takeaway number 2. You have to choose the right tool for the job. There's no one-size-fits-all magic answer here. A personal loan, a balance transfer, a home equity loan, they all have their place. Which one is right for you depends entirely on your specific kind of debt, your credit score, and how much risk you're willing to take on. Okay, so you've done the research, you've picked a legitimate tool, you're all set to go. Awesome. But even with the perfect plan, it is shockingly easy to fall into some common traps that could actually put you in a worse spot than where you started. So let me walk you through the 4 biggest mistakes people make. First, they ignore the root cause of the debt. Remember, a loan is just a tool, it's not a cure for your spending habits. Second, not shopping around for the best deal. You could miss out on a better rate or get slapped with hidden fees. Third, consolidating the wrong debts. It makes zero sense to roll a student loan with a 4% interest rate into a new loan that's charging you 8%. And finally, number 4, the most common trap of them all, using your credit cards again. And this right here, this is the biggest trap. You go through the whole process, you consolidate, and all of a sudden your credit cards have zero balances. It can feel like free money. The temptation to start swiping again is enormous. But if you give in, you haven't solved anything. All you've done is recreate the old problem, but now you have a brand new consolidation loan on top of it. You're in an even deeper hole. That brings us to takeaway number 3. Debt consolidation will fail if you don't fix the habits that created the debt in the first place. Period. You have to pair the loan with a budget and a real change in your behavior for this to actually work long term. So let's do a quick recap of the 3 things you absolutely have to remember. Number 1, know the difference. A real loan pays off your debt. A settlement program defaults on it. Number 2, choose the right tool for you. A personal loan, a balance transfer, a home equity loan, they all have pros and cons. And number 3, avoid the traps. Consolidation only works if you change your spending habits too. Here's the bottom line. Use the right way, debt consolidation can be a real fresh start. But use the wrong way, it's just a deeper trap. The good news is, now you know how to tell the difference. So the real question is, what are you going to do next? That's all for now, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe for more like this.